Michelle Hoad joins me now. She's the CEO of the Medical Laboratory Professionals Association of Ontario, joining me from Hamilton, Ontario today. Michelle, great to see you.
Good to see you.
We know during all of this, and you and I have had several conversations, testing has played also a very, critical role in terms of looking at contact tracing and whatnot, now dealing with the variants. But as more tests are done, as more cases are logged, it certainly does put a strain on the labs. So talk to us about the situation there, what you and your team are dealing with.
It's definitely been very stressful times. I think we just hit the 14 million mark in COVID tests. If we think we've been in it for about 14 months and we average that out, it's almost 1 million tests a month. So we are not okay in our labs right now. There is a lot of stress. There's a lot of people working, just like other healthcare workers. It's been a very long haul right now.
What's needed right now to help with that? Because we know the hospitals are inundated. We know the testing that happens there, everything ends up coming back to the lab. It all comes back to where you guys are and where that testing takes place. And then that information is then sent out as they try and log and track and figure out where we're looking at in terms of hotspots, where there might be possible outbreaks, and then what the next measures need to be. But what help is needed for you and your team in the labs as they're now dealing with, so many tests that they have to log and process?
I think currently the situation and the help is really trying to just control the number of tests that come into the lab. So from a staffing perspective, we're not going to fix the problem today. There has been an outreach to retired medical lab technologists, looking at internationally trained, potentially technologists from other provinces, but that's not a solution that's going to fix us today. What needs to happen today is we need people in the province and across the country to listen to the stay-at-home order. I just, had someone tweet me what's going on with, I think it's the Freedom March in Toronto. It's really surprising to see so many people still out and about. As we know, the virus moves, and it moves with people. So we really need people to stay home. The less tests that come into our lab, the better.
Talk to me about down the road, Michelle, just because at some point we'll be out of this, but your work will be far from done. So looking at how the system has worked, how it needs to work down the road, what would you say?
I think we need to look at investing definitely in our schools, where our programs are. We need to expand them. Right now, we've got 5 programs in the province. They all have wait lists of over 50 to 70 to 100 people. So we actually have a demand to get into the profession. The second opportunity is looking at our hospital labs. So what happens is when you go to school, you need to do a placement. You need to go into a lab and practice. The challenges our labs are having right now is they're short-staffed, so they can't take students. So we are going to work with the government over the next 6 months to look at what does that solution look like? Because as you said, right now we're dealing with COVID. How long, when we all get vaccinated, I'm pretty sure we will still be testing for COVID. So it's going to become part of our regular routine. So we need to prepare now, but we need to prepare for 12 months from now and 5 years from now.
Absolutely. Michelle Hoad, CEO of the Medical Laboratory Professionals Association of Ontario. Always good to have you on the program. A very important perspective in this battle against COVID-19 to have, and we appreciate all the hard work you and your team do.
Thank you. Stay safe.
You as well. Stay safe.